what up? It's Brad with Home Love Construction. Welcome to another episode of the Critical Path Podcast. It's been a minute, but I've been saving up the juices for our guest today, which is Mr. Rury MacLeod. He didn't bring his girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
Ghetto.
Girlfriend.
World is world. You say world, we say world.
What world?
Aye, like Scotland are going to
You have
the
to
World
swirl
Cup.
your tongue as you say.
World Cup. So, aye.
Okay, so Rury, super happy to have you here, mate.
Happy to be here.
So Rury is a phenomenal business owner, good friend of mine. He runs, how many businesses do you run now? I don't even know.
I'm probably you'd say four businesses.
And his biggest business is probably one of the most interesting businesses I've ever heard of. It's literally a gutter cleaning business.
It is a gutter.
And I'm not being sarcastic in terms of it's interesting. Like how many customers did you have last week, for example, in your gutter cleaning business?
Last week, how many customers did we deliver jobs to?
Yeah,
probably
in 1 week.
I don't know, 3,500.
So his company cleaned the gutters on 3,500 houses last week.
Can you believe
Dude, that's
that?
crazy.
Aye.
That's insane.
There's a little bit of organization involved.
A little bit. How many trucks do you have at this point?
I think vehicles on the road, including commercial and residential, I think we're about 150, something like that.
A fleet of 150 vehicles.
Yeah.
How people must kill for fight to the death over your fleet management, your oil changes and your to sell you the vehicles, to sell you the tires, to sell you the oil. Are people just beating down your door trying to sell you that?
No,
you do
not
it
in
all.
the UK. It's we're having to hunt for it.
No, stop.
Yeah. And then
Really?
we're like, what can you do? And they're like, nothing.
They're like, we don't care.
We go somewhere else. And they're like, okay. It's because there's not many. It's
Maybe that's the next business then.
Yeah, I think their money's probably in the maintenance of the vehicles. I think I don't necessarily know if it's in the selling of the vehicles. So there's not a lot of wiggle room when we're purchasing them. But you can if you buy just now in the UK, if you buy £1 million of plant machinery, if you buy commercial vehicles, you spend if you let's say we call it hire purchase. So you'd buy let's say 20 vans.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do just now in the UK for tax purposes is you can write off the total value of those vans in year one. Even if you're paying them over 4 years, you can write off the total value. So it's a good way to reduce your tax.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem that you face is you kind of need to do that every year. So you're having to constantly push and expand.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work if you're kind of do it and then you stop.
Yeah.
So it works if you're really expanding and pushing the business. So you can spend up to £1 million on plant machinery vehicles. And we've done that for the last couple of years.
Wow.
And that will reduce we call it corporation tax. Not very exciting, but always try to find ways of reducing your tax.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude. I kind of know a little bit of the backstory, but how did you get into the freaking gutter cleaning business? And for the record, have you ever cleaned gutters on a house?
Yeah, I used to clean gutters. Yeah, aye.
Did it start with was there any point where you were actually cleaning gutters, or did you do it just to get the feel of it?
It's not it's quite so I was self-employed when I was kind of I'd be late 20s, and I had a communal stairwell cleaning business.
Yeah.
So it's we call them tenements. So you'd go in and clean the stair for all it's I don't know what you guys call it, but it's we call it factors in Scotland. But if somebody's you have to pay a monthly fee.
Yeah.
Where
Subscription?
When you're staying in your apartment block, you pay a monthly property fee or something. So
in over there, do you own the apartments or you rent them? Oh, you own them?
Aye.
So here it'd be like an HOA fee, kind of like homeowners association
right,
fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in Scotland, we didn't have that for the communal stairwell. So there was guys that I knew that were going in and cleaning these, and then they would just collect the money from the apartments. So I was doing that. But I suppose I could have fell into anything, but what I was doing was I wanted to do better. I wanted to kind of make more money. So I was just looking around my immediate circle of friends and people that I knew that were doing well, and seeing who could I emulate or who could I join forces with that was doing well. And one of my best mates, Andy, he was a car mechanic. He had his own garage.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know how to fix cars.
Yeah.
So that was out.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of looking around, and then there was a guy I knew, Murdo. He drove a big black Mercedes G kind of GL kind of thing. And I was like, right, what's he doing? And then he invited me down to like England. I flew down to England. And I'm like, right, what are you doing? Because he wouldn't tell me over the phone. And he's like, I'm doing gutter cleaning. Ta-da! And I was like, I've just flown down here. And then he kind of showed me the operation. I was like, wow. So I started doing it for him in Scotland, and I would give him a cut. He got the lion's share. It was his company. And then I was doing that for quite a while, and I kind of did quite well. I was giving him money. And then he was like, oh, come and run his company down south. So I went down, and then, it was the company. I think it kind of it grew so quickly that it wasn't organized properly.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went bust. And then me and Murdo's brother, a guy called Stuart, we picked up like the remnants of it.
Yeah.
And we started the gutters again. And then it was like me, Stuart, my wife, and a girl called Kirsty. And we had one guy out in the road. And then we started it from like Stuart's house. Yeah. We all lived in the one house. Me, Stuart.
You all lived in the one house?
Yeah, it was just like me, my wife, Stuart's wife, Amy the baby, and Max the dog. And then that was the headquarters. It was just this little terraced house thing.
Yeah.
And we started from there. And then, that was like 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you started running it. It went, and then from, it kind of like an affluence, and then poof, it kind of like exploded on itself. What like kind of like mechanically what happened? Looking back,
I don't really know. I don't know the ins and outs of it. But it was like, it was like, it wasn't my company. So it was like, but I knew it was like, it could be a successful business, if it was, I just knew that if I put in the effort, I wouldn't initially get a lot of money, but if I built it up, it could be a successful business. But it was more kind of at that time, to be honest, Brad, I was like, at that point, I was then unemployed and I was kind of in debt. And then I'm like, what do I do? So that's how I approached Stu on it. Yeah. But I think I don't know, there's definitely a lesson to be learned by like looking around to see like who is successful in your immediate vicinity. Who can you speak to or get in contact with successful? And you've probably done it as well. And then it's like, right, what are they doing? And then you got to go about it the right way. It's like, you don't go and copy the guy or something like that, but if you can kind of join forces or work with them or plan or strategize or, you do it in the right way, that there'll be avenues where you can have success. Yeah. Sort of thing. I see loads of guys that like ask you what you're up to and how's it going and what are you doing? But their whole purpose is because they want to do the same. Yeah. So it's like, and then you kind of know what they're up to, but they're never going to get that way by kind of trying to get the information and go and start it themselves. It's all kind of sneaky and underhand and all that sort of stuff. So it's like, there's definitely a way to go about it. And that was quite overt. I just like, right, he's making money. And it was just like, right, I see you're making money. What you doing? Yeah. And that was it. And it was like, and he wouldn't tell me. He's like, right, we'll come and find out. I was like, okay. And it involved me. I had to fly from Scotland to London. And then I found out, and he's like, right. And then he's like, right, you can do it in Scotland. And the initial thing was like, he got 70%, I got 30. Yeah. And then eventually we're running it for a while. And then I got 40 and he had 60. Yeah. And I did really well at that. And then that led to him going, right, well, come and work for me, and it never worked out there, but then ultimately it worked out. So it's you always try and just do the right sort of thing. Yeah. You talked about getting in front of successful people around you. Maybe a little bit of like advice here, because I've not for me, for the people watching, because I know everything already. I'm the host of the podcast. No, just kidding. But what I found is like it can be like I'm a younger guy. I'm actually newer in the business game. Like, what age are you? 32. Fuck. Yeah. Lucky bastard. Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Sorry, bar steward.
Bar steward.
A bar steward.
So I guess I haven't really actually said this on this podcast, but Rury has one of the best superpowers ever, and it's being a Scottish lad who can do an American accent perfectly. It's amazing.
Do it perfectly.
Perfectly.
Thank you, Brad. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge your acknowledgement. And,
acknowledge.
I feel slightly jealous that you're 32 years of age. It's
so
crazy.
in the comments, let us know what state he sounds like he's from in the good old US of A.
Okay.
Because we were debating earlier. I would say Connecticut.
So you want me to shall I do this a bit longer, or you want me to switch back to Scottish?
Let's go back to Scottish. Okay. It's more exotic. So if somebody connects with somebody like, okay, they have this person in their network, right? Who's way more successful than them.
Yeah.
Your advice is get around that person.
Yeah.
Right? How? Like, because I think a lot of people have no idea how, or they wind up doing it in a weird way, or the person's like, I don't want to talk to you. You're weird. Or they feel uncomfortable. They're like, what do they do? And what's like the target?
All right. Well, I think one of the things that annoys me just now that what not to do is I meet a lot of young kids that want to make a fortune instantly, and they come up to someone and they're like, yeah, you want to partner? I've got this idea of business, and there's no track record, no success, and then they approach, okay, I've got a business, I've made some money, and it's like, oh yeah, let's just partner. And I'm like, no. And then it's like, oh, but most of the different people I think about down through the years and I've studied, they would go and just work in that area. Like Russell Crowe went and worked in like film sets, like being a T-boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then even like Tom Cruise got a movie part pretty early, but he said he went around and he studied all the different departments and all this sort of stuff. But like
I've seen that interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he was like, I don't know when I'm ever going to get a chance to be on a film set again.
Yeah.
So he's like, I went and studied what everybody did.
Yeah.
And I think that like one of those connections led to his next role.
Yeah, but he's just kind of learning. But it's like I've mentioned this before, but there was one guy in my town that I didn't have a connection to, but he had a Rolls Royce and he had gas stations, petrol stations, we call them.
Yeah.
And he had a swimming pool in the west of Scotland, which is like unheard of outside. And then when I saw him at the gas station one day, he pulled up in his Rolls Royce, and I looked at him, and I'm in my dad's little Citroen car. I said, Dad, how come he's got so much money?
Yeah.
And my dad went, I don't know, let's go and ask him. And I was like, what? And my dad just got out the car and walked over and went, excuse me, Sammy. And he goes, my boy's asking, how come you've got so much money? And it was brilliant. My dad had moments of brilliance like that, and I was kind of standing there a bit like I was embarrassed, and the guy just kind of stopped. He didn't like fully turn around. He just stopped and he just pointed at me and went, he'll make it. He'll make money.
Wow.
But my dad was like a bit cynical. He's like kind of smiling. He's like, how's that? Like,
wow.
And he goes, because he asks. He'll make money.
Yeah.
And then he walked off, and then I said at the time I felt like that was a bit of a crap answer. I was kind of like, I thought he'd say like, get him into a trade, or, stick in at school, or all the advice that everyone usually gives. But instead he goes, he'll make money because he asks. And then I was like, oh, and it's like, yeah, it's true. It's like there's a few young kids I know around about my area, and they come and work for me. They do my garden, and they'll probably, there's a young boy, it's a manager now for me, and he came in, he would help me. He would do like odd jobs and Sunday and stuff, but he'd always ask questions, but he was never come like, hey, let's do a joint venture, or hey, yeah, I want to get into trades, or I want to make a lot of money. He was always just asking questions. He was a nice kid, and he was industrious, and I thought, oh, I like this guy, and now he's working for me. But it's like, I think you just ask questions, and you're hoping that you could align yourself with them somehow, or work for them. Yeah. And learn, and not with the idea of maybe doing the same as them or whatever. You be open. But like, one of my best guys that works for me, he's been with me for like 12 years or whatever. It was like, he was a bit like that, and he's just been with me ever since. And like, he's doing well now financially, and he runs the company. But I think it's just you ask around and who like you look, well, who's been successful, who's doing well, and then you just go and what are you doing? How are you doing it? Like, and really be willing to actually learn, because a lot of guys don't want to hear. You know, they say, how do you make so much? And you say, well, look, and you try and tell them, they've already got some preconception that they're not willing to kind of drop, and you're kind of talking to them going, this is a waste of time. Nothing's going in. You know, have you ever experienced that?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way, I mean, to be honest with you, as you said that, I was like, shit, I kind of have a lot of preconceptions. But what I do when I'm with somebody who's more successful than me, and I know it, I'm like, well, how do you handle blah, blah, blah? Like, I'll just tell them. I'll be like, I feel like I have this consideration that it has to be this way. You know, and usually the person's like, oh, it makes sense. You would think that. Here's why it's not that way. You know? Yeah. So I've experienced a similar thing, like in getting around more successful people. I've found that if you can get around someone, like, for example, the kids who are around you, they probably take your advice. The ones where you're like, they're moving up in management. Like
to a degree, yeah. The boys that work for me, to a degree, yeah. They'll take more advice than not. They don't take it all.
Of course.
But yeah.
Yeah,
you wish that they did, but
no, they won't ever take it all. But the ones who do, even a little bit, isn't it so rewarding for you? You're like, oh my God, they listen.
Yeah, you love
like,
it.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, that's probably how Tom feels was a bit as well.
That's right.
But
that's
funny.
exactly what I was thinking. It's like, holy shit, they listen. You know?
Yeah. So there's a point on that. That's our.
We're like his kids.
Yeah. We need to fucking be like that.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. Shit, I had a point I was going to say, and now it's fucking. No, that's right. One of the things I felt was like, as well, was when you meet these guys that are doing a lot better than you, if you can engage in conversation, and they start asking you questions, oh mate, that's like gold.
Yes.
Grant Cardone's asked me some questions, Tom's asked me some questions, and it's like they really, as long as you're truthful and you go, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? He says, look, how much is it to kit a guy out and put him out on the road in the van? Like, to get the van, the guy, the training, the equipment, how much is it to get like one van out in the road? Yeah. And I go, I don't know. And he goes, oh, and I goes, I'm definitely going to find out, you know. And then it's like, okay, like, you know, and then
how much is it?
Yeah, like, you know, what, fuck knows. I don't know what I got the figure.
Yeah,
and we got the figure for the kit, but then you could think financially, right? That's how many guys we could put out, and you look at the finances. And before, I never did that.
Yeah,
and then it was like, there's been some really nice, good questions, and I'm like, shit. And it's like, or even like, how much does it cost to train a guy up? Like, how much is the cost to get a guy that comes through the door and then he goes out qualified, ready to work for you? Like, you know, and lots of kind of simple, like, you know, how much, well, okay, look, how much is your industry in your area? Like, how much is the industry?
And what's the market? Yeah.
You know, and then what I do is I ask people these questions, and they think I'm some sort of guru, but I just copied what they did to me. And then they go, "You ask some good questions." I'm sitting going, "It's not my questions."
It's okay. Everybody's been asked every question if you go way back.
But it's true. You spend a bit of time and they ask some questions. It's like, wow. So it's like, it's great if you can get a bit of time with like really successful folk, and like if they can usually they're pretty decent, nice folk, and they ask questions, you know what I mean? And then it's like, fuck, they asked some really good questions. That's more than, for me, it's rather than seeking advice or doing stuff, I've found that the questions successful people ask me have made me a lot more money than me seeking something else. I love their questions.
Well, they go right to the punchline.
Yeah.
You know, they just
Yeah.
Cut through all the complexity.
Like, where's your human resource department? Show me your human resource department. A human resource department? Like, what's that? Like, well, who handles all that stuff? And I'm like, I'm not too sure. You know, it's like, geez, you know, like, show me your accountancy. Show me how you manage your finances, kind of thing. You know, it's like, and then it's, you learn a lot. So you've obviously got to, but you've got to try and, you're constantly trying to be able to give back to these people. You're trying to even it up. Is there a way I can help them? You know, that you're you're constantly working on not just receiving the help but giving it. And then if you've got someone like that and you're doing that, then they spend more time with you because you are focusing on trying to give them back stuff as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Grant Cardone asked me to do something.
Yeah.
And I did it. And it was quite tough.
Yeah.
And
what did he ask you to do? Can you say?
No, I can't. No. Okay, but he messaged me and he was like, cool. And then we from that point, it was like there was a bit of backwards and forwards, but it's like I did what he asked rather than letting it drop, or it was too tough, or you know what I mean. So it was like, but I think you try and get that with any chance, any people that you like, and if they ask you to do something, or they ask you, to serve them in some way, if you can, you should, sort of thing. And then it's like there's some exchange there for your time with them, and then they can ask you questions and different things like that. Like, so a good question if you met someone that you really wanted to kind of be with would be, you just say to them, is there any way I can help you? Is there anything I can do for you? Yeah. And
they're always going to say no.
Exactly, but you push it, but it's right. Like, but rather than can you give me
but that's
something?
An important point. Is like they're the really like the people who are really going crazy in terms of like doing really well. Yeah, I found they always say no, I'm good. Yeah, because they actually are. I don't want anything from you.
Yeah, they might though.
They might. Yeah, no, they might.
Around.
They might.
But that flow is like. Yeah, I honestly found if I say, look, if there's anything I can do for you, they go. And quite a lot of the time, if I ask that, it's like they've not been asked that. Yeah. Look, how can is there anything I myself could do to help you? Yeah. Like, how could, and it could be ridiculous. Like, you could, I think I saw an event where somebody asked Elon Musk that. Yeah. This random guy in the crowd, is there anything I could do to help you? Yeah. And
what did he say?
Well, he had to kind of think, and then he was like,
he did an Elon pause.
Yeah, Silence. And then he just kind of said like what generally public could do to help mankind. He wasn't like, you know what I mean? But it was like, but that was a good question. I thought, you know what I mean? And I think that's a valuable question you can ask somebody else. Yeah. What would you like from me? But if you got a new business partner or whatever, that's a natural thing you do. Like, what would you like from me? Yeah. And then they'll probably say, what would you like from me? That's like, it's a good way to start a relationship.
Yeah, I agree. So in terms of relationships, obviously you've got multiple businesses, you're business partners with amazing people who I know personally. What's, one guy who you work with a lot, who we've mentioned a couple of times, is Tom Cummins. Yeah. I'd love to know what is, like, if you had to pick, what's like the most impactful thing that you've learned from Mr. Cummins? He's trying to be Elon Musk over here.
Rury Musk. The two things that strike me is well, when you say what's the most impactful, the thing that struck me the most, which I mentioned, is his questions. I think his questions have made us millions of pounds. It's like the questions he asks, I'm like, oh, that's a good question.
Pounds is money in his country, by the way.
Pounds is money. Millions of dollars. And then
millions of quid.
There was another one that I was thrown because Ricky, he keeps on throwing me when he does these translations. So pick pounds to dollars. And then, so let me go. We're going to cut this and edit it out. So it'd be like,
we're leaving it in.
It's definitely his questions. And then the other thing that strikes me, which I love, I love it. I love it because I like it, and I'm a bit like him is his work rate, like his level of production, like
his work rate.
Yeah. Like his like he'll email me first thing in the morning, and he'll email me last thing at night, and then sometimes he'll be like, oh, Rury, listen, I'm going off for a couple of days, I'm for downtime, I'm going to Spain for 3 days with Victoria, like his wife, and so I'm going to be out of touch, and I go, okay, right, no problem, have a good time. That night, it's like, Rury, I got a bunch of emails, phone calls the next day, backwards and forwards, and I'm just like, but his ability to just confront and knuckle down and do things, and
Yeah.
You know, well, let's get it done. Let's get it done now. Like
He will. He'll be like, boom, right now.
Let's come on. Let's get it done now. Let's flick and open the computer. Like, oh look, I've got this, you know, personnel thing. Well, come on, let's just let's phone them just now. Like, well, we need to speak to the accountant. Come on, let's just phone them just now. Like, it's like now, and it puts me to shame. Like, I've got 50 unanswered emails just now.
Bro, me too.
In and out. Like, what I don't know, like, some's business, some's probably crap. But it's like, my mate Stu, that would drive, he wouldn't sleep if he had 50 unanswered emails.
Yeah?
Yeah. Another lady I know who she'll remain anonymous has over 1,000 unanswered emails.
It's not his wife.
No, it's not my wife.
Not my wife.
But like, that sort of work rate, the interest, one of the things that struck me is his interest of other people and their business, but it's not fucking superficial. Like, he was like, we were at a dinner and he sat beside this farmer and he just peppered this farmer for like an hour and a half on questions. And by the end of their chat that I was listening to, I was like, God, I know quite a lot about farming. There was like, and it was
just
like,
from being there.
Yeah, like what crop do you what crop do you plant? How long does it take to grow? What one is the most profitable? Do you need to change the crops? Like, what crops not profitable? Is there more hardy crops? How much does it cost you to plough an acre? How many acres do you have? Does it cost different amounts to do different crops? Like.
And you know what I've noticed? You know what I have categorized that? Because I've heard Tom ask the similar questions to other people about their businesses, to me, to whoever. It's almost like it's if you're just a bystander, you would think he's considering opening a farm.
Yeah,
you're like, he's considering, should I do this business?
It probably is.
It probably is.
No, but it's like there's just this mega interest. But what I also noticed is the people answering the questions are happy to answer the questions. I was having my house plastered, so they do a plaster on they put the plaster board up, then you plaster it. And Tom just walks up like 3 feet away from the guy, just stands like with his hands behind his back in silence. This guy's just doing the plastering. Tom's just sitting, watching him. Like, no, the guy's just plastering, then the guy's kind of like, I'm just watching how he does it. And then he just starts asking questions about the plasterer. And this plasterer, I couldn't get a bit of chat going with this guy. Yeah. And I was like, and then Tom's in there and this plasterer, quite a serious guy, he's like suddenly engaged with Tom and like cracks a smile. I'm like, what the fuck? He's got the mildest touch, It's like, and then the guy's talking about plastering and I'm like, but he's just interested in people. And then, extending that to us and extending that to people, it would kind of serve you well to be interested in people. And then if you're interested in communicating to people, opportunities come up, friendships develop, connections develop. Like, it's like that is a thing, and it is important to be interested in anyone. And there's an old Buddhist saying, and it said, you can judge a man by how he treats people from whom he can get nothing from.
Oh, wow.
You see? And I was like, oh, that's quite nice. Just like, but they probably do get lots of stuff from things, but it's like, really treat people well, be interested in their life, be interested in what they do, and stuff comes around. You know what I mean? The amount of little situations where I've had people, Rury, I do that, and I'm like, just because I conversated with them or chatted to them, and then I know somebody, and stuff comes about from it. You aren't even expecting it. You were just interested in chatting to the person. Yeah. So I don't know.
I had something funny happen like that a couple days ago, actually. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. And the other, I'd love to hear your take on this, but one thing that I've been thinking a lot about lately is I had somebody kind of leave our business a little bit if I say unceremoniously. You know what I mean?
I've never had that. Yeah,
I know. Everybody's just like, I'm giving you a 1 year notice.
You.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, thank you very much. Here's your last paycheck. So that occurred, and this was a person I was quite close with, and I was just boom, just drop the bomb, and that that basically came around full circle to where I had dinner with this person a couple weeks ago, and kind of like just restored the friendship that was there. You know, we're not necessarily working together anymore, but just kind of restored the friendship. And it was interesting how, you know, people really underestimate how connected their community is. You know what I mean? And like the good thing that you do for somebody, like word gets around if you're doing a good thing, or the opposite.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And that, I got to tell you, that wasn't really real to me until maybe like really this past year.
Wow.
That's become very real to me of how much it actually matters.
Wow.
Like it actually matters what you do.
Wow.
I had this viewpoint of like, it doesn't really matter what I do. Like generally I'll be nice to people because I like being nice. But if I was a dick, it wouldn't matter.
Wow.
I like had that viewpoint.
Nice.
And then luckily I had to see someone else try that, not me. I was like, what? You know, it's kind of like you watch a train wreck and you're like, that's really bad. I was like, wow, damn.
Interesting.
And it's, you know, it's just a violation of power is really what it comes down to. You know, you do disconnect from your power source. You just,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. Have you had any experiences with that?
Not like
terrible lead in question, but I think you get where I'm going.
No, like it was like I'm never sick, I'm never ill, I never have any troubles,
same.
whatever. And then I don't know, like 6 weeks ago or something, I was round the back of a building site, and then my body just started going off to the side, and I initially thought, am I imagining this? And then I took another couple of steps, my body started falling off to the side. And I shouted one of the builders, like, Drew. And he's like, I'll be out in a minute. I'm like, no. And I'm like, I'm just going like this.
Yeah.
And he came out and he's looking at me, and I'm kind of on the ground, like, kind of
get dizzy just
spinning.
describing it.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. And then he persuaded me. They did tests, they couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Went away. I sat my motorbike test the next day, passed, no problem. Okay, great. Then the next day, I was talking in the office. I got a bit kind of, a couple of people were talking, and I felt a bit sort of funny. I was like, hold on a minute. And then I thought, that's that thing. Of course, I never stopped, kept on going. Then the next morning, I woke up, and I tried to sit up, and the room was really going. I was on a roller coaster, and I fell to the ground. I kind of crawled through to the toilet and just started like vomiting everywhere. And I had this vertigo stuff.
Yeah.
I've never had it before.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point was that I went into hospital, and a lot of people rely on me to run stuff and do stuff, and then suddenly, Rury's in hospital. But like the amount of help and folk and people doing shit and coming to visit and like, I was like, it was, people, you see people going, it's so heartwarming for the amount of people asking how I'm doing. I see people talk like that.
Yeah.
And I've never really registered that. I'm like, I think they're just saying that to be nice, right?
Yeah.
But it actually is in a moment of need that you suddenly have all these people that like help you. And want to help and sort out. And you okay? Do you need any food? Does the wife need help? Do the kids? Yeah. And it's like you suddenly get it back. You know, I remember I was oh God, no! I'm one of my best mates from my childhood, Andy Dunn. He would do shit
shout
like
out
that. Andy Dunn. He would do stuff like that. Like he would go out his way to really help me. Yeah. And he got me out of some bad situations. Yeah. And that sticks with me. That sticks with you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? There's a few people in my life where it's like, where they've really helped you. It's like, wow, you know. But yeah, it's true. It's like you just, I'm like, I've got somebody phoning me. Anyway, but it's like, it's true. It's like just trying to, again, it goes back to that point. I just being, you know, in communication with people, like helping people, knowing people, and then suddenly at some point, if you needed something, you don't necessarily even need to ask, or if you're in need of help, you've got this lovely community. Whereas, like what you're saying, if you're a bit of an asshole, you treat people a bit harshly, or you're pushing people hard, or being a bit of an aggressive boss, and get this done, and if you don't, and I'll get somebody else, and you're gonna, if you then you're going to get back that rubbish. You know what I mean? And I like my employees, my staff. Like, I love my staff. Like, I've got so many lovely people that work for me, and they work. A lot of them work hard. Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like, and I give them stuff, but they give me that back, and it's like, it's genuine. Yeah, it's not bullshit. But it's like, and I think that it can be easy for people to decide to be tough. Yeah, or be a bad. Be a hard boss, or, well, you better, because, that's the target. But that's bullshit. It's never going anywhere like that.
Yeah, it's true.
It doesn't.
You know what's, sorry, go ahead.
No, it just doesn't. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I found that, like, it's a little bit like, you ever, do you eat like snacks, like bad food? Did you ever in your life have like a snacking habit?
Never, no,
never.
Of course. Like, we have a thing called an icy, which is
icy?
And you go to the icy every night. No, it's the ice cream van. So we drive around the suburbs. The sweets and the ice cream and
we
all
have
that.
The ice cream truck. Did they play the music?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we call it an icy.
They play the same music?
Yeah. And it's the same music. And
wow.
But I used to just go and eat crap from the icy every night. Aye.
Oh, really?
Aye, and I had money when I was a kid. I had 2 jobs, so I had money, so I just spend it in shit, sweets.
So the reason I asked that is, kind of like I would almost call it like the low tone decision, like the snap of like, oh, the bad impulse to eat the bad food. Right. Boom. Yeah. Being the angry boss is like the same thing. It's on the same wavelength of that. Right. It's like it's something you can, because I find actually I've really worked a lot this year to really get out of that. Right. Because early in the year I found myself really going into that of like, I'm not super proud of this, but like last year, I think it was in September, we were having a bit of a tough time in sales. This is more than a year ago now. And one of the kids on our sales floor was a young kid. He was doing okay, but he really needed to just step into it and really like get his discipline in and actually go and see the people in his schedule to like just really keep his discipline in, and he would do great. Yeah. And there was a person he needed to call because he needed to get in front of them because he just needed to review the numbers and get the deal done. That was done. And he was like, well, I don't like to call her during, and I was like, do you like your job here? He's like, yes. And I just told him, I was like, well, you're not going to have a job here if you don't call her right now. He did call her. He did not close the deal because his willingness went out the window. Yeah. The moment I stepped over that line of using a threat rather than relying on his willingness, the willingness was gone. Yeah. Right. And what sucked about it is we had a huge boom in sales after that. Yeah. So I incorrectly associated those two things and thought that one went with the other. Yeah. When in reality it didn't. Yeah. It was all the thing that did lead to the sales was I spent a lot more time with people being positive and being like, okay, how could we get it done? Like, how could we get back in front of them again this week? Mm-hmm. Right? Not next week, not the week, like this week. How can we get back in front of them? And just the creativity and the certainty that it can be done. Like I've really personally worked to get out of the angry boss, because the thing is, it's not even me. Like I'm not actually an angry person, like ever, But I would sometimes go into that mock-up because when you're the boss, a lot of times it's not going to work if you have to step in and do everything in a big company. Yeah, you physically can't. No, you physically cannot make it go. So your only option is to inspire the people who are there, the huge group of people right under you, or you have your managers and the people under them. Yeah. You have to really actually get their willingness so high that they'll actually hit the target. Yeah. It's the only way to do it. It's funny. Can't do it through force.
No. And then it's funny you're saying that because also I used to have an idea that I shouldn't show that I'm doing well financially.
I had the same
to my staff.
Please go on.
Yes. And I'd try and keep it a secret of my wealth or what I was doing. And then I realized it's who wants to work for a loser?
That's right.
You want to work for a winner. You want to work for somebody that's doing well. And I know it's funny, but
there's so much freaking false information on this point. Yeah. That as you're saying it, I'm literally realizing it. I knew you didn't have time. Like, oh my God, I'm still epically failing. Yeah. At this point. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's getting better, but sorry.
You've got a thread hanging off.
I like the thread. I like the thread.
But the
did I get it?
Yeah. But the it's just that you grow up with a lot of information from people that aren't necessarily like successful in the field that they've gave you information. My dad used to give me a lot of financial advice. Like he was a teacher and he died with a bit of money, but not really anything. And I had to kind of strip myself down of the advice he gave me and my mother gave me and my uncles and my aunties gave me and my friends gave me. And it's like, I had to find the true information.
Do you make more money now in 1 year than he died with? Like his full savings?
I mean,
what do you think?
I mean, I'll tell you, like in the first year when I started business, I often make more than that in a day. So it's like, you know, we make like, I don't know, 200 grand in a day or something like that. And then it's like, you used to make that in a year. So it's like, but the thing going back to when you're employing people or when you're a business owner, when you're a leader, you have to be successful and you have to be approachable and you have to be doing well and you have to be doing affluent because they have to think, right, I would quite like that lifestyle, but also you need to create like a future path for them. Like if you're saying like, let's get the business up to a couple of million and then that'd be nice. Like if we can get it a couple of million, I'm getting a bit of money, you're getting a bit of money, everything's fine. And you know, there's some staff there. It's like, cool, but where is my life going? Right, you know, you'll be on 50 grand, you'll be on 80 grand, you know, and they all get it to that point, but then it's like, where are they going from there? So you always have, as a business owner, you're always saying, this is where the company's going, this is how big we're going, this is the future. And not, the thing is even sometimes in the past, I'm going to be honest, I sometimes even was uncertain if I could. But I'd still say it and I'd still put it there because I have to. So that these guys go, I'm coming along on this ride. Because this guy's going somewhere, I'll go with him. Because otherwise they'll go somewhere else. So even though you go, right, this is where we're going, and you sometimes even have to force yourself into, right, believing and deciding, right, you know, and I remember I would have conversations with guys. I'm like, listen, like next year we're going to be doing 2 million. If you want to be on board. And then we got to 2 million. I'm like, look, we're going to 5 million. Like, mark my words, a couple of years we'll be doing 5 million. If you want to be part of it, you can. And then it's like, right, in a couple of years we'll be doing 10 million. And then one of my main guys, Giovancho, John, everyone calls him.
Giovancho.
I'm saying this to him. And he tells me now, he said, he used to look at me and think, this guy's bonkers, this guy's crazy. There's no way we're going to do that. And then we did, and now he's like, fuck. So now he trusts me because I've said we're going to do it and we did it. So now it's like, look, we're going to 40 million next year. That's the target, right? It's probably more than that for all the stuff, right? But got to set out all the targets and go, right, we're going to the moon. Do you want to come along? Because if you set these goals and then you really push and produce and other people see it and you achieve it, they get confidence and you go, right. And then that's how you get them to produce. Listen, you need to hit those targets. You need to hit those targets. You hit those targets, we'll hit that. And then everyone's inspired. But in the past, it'd be like you know, you'd buy a Porsche or something, you'd hide it, you know, or like, don't take it to the work because then they'll see, how come he's got a Porsche and I'm not? You have all these wrong. But that's like the mentality you're coming from.
But it's not.
It's a lie. No.
That's right. It's a total lie.
Yeah, when I had all these nice cars parked them, it's that the sales guys are all looking at the window at these cars, and I know they're thinking, I want that.
Where's it parked?
Oh no, the Porsche I just park outside the. I'm actually thinking about my Lamborghini.
What do you call it? What would you call a parking lot?
Oh no, I don't even. No, when I park, I park right.
I'm waiting for him to say car park.
Oh, the car park. No, I don't know. I'm a bit. It's my business. I don't use the car park. I tend to use the walkways or whatever. But
you just park right up at the front door.
Sure, aye. but just for a bit of fun. But all around the back. Because it's just because it's easier for me to get my offers around the back. But the point is it's like the person has to know that the company's going forward because it gives them security. It goes, this place is going somewhere and I can be part of it. Somebody like turns up, like, you know, I was like, used to work at I used to work in car insurance at a call centre, you know, Quick Fit Car Insurance. Hello, Quick Fit Car Insurance. Rury speaking, how can I help? I'm looking for insurance. When is it up for renewal? It's up for renewal today. Oh, good, right. I can have your registration. And then I'd see the other guys that were like managers.
Yeah.
They'd been working there for like years.
Yeah.
Managing teams of kids trying to sell insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on like 30 or 40 grand a year at the time or whatever. And they're hitting their targets. And they go on their holiday each year and that's it. And I'm just going, oh man, I need to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then I went to another call centre. I was making more money and it was the same stuff, just a bit more money.
Yeah.
But it was just, there was no inspiration. There was no growth. There was no chance that I was going to be part of this. Like my staff make good money and when they get better and we're increasing, they take on better positions, they make really good money. Some of them make mega money.
Yeah, us too.
But there was no chance of me ever achieving that in these places.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, they wouldn't even educate me to how I could.
Mega money.
Mega money. Mega money. Mega. I know, mega. But it's like, if you can create that environment, and generally it's like, I think about the car trade, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like mechanics and UK, a certain mechanic will get like 40 grand, and a guy will serve a bit of time and he'll be in like 50 grand, and then the top
serve
guys
a bit of time.
serve a bit of time, and then
sounds like prison.
Yeah, but like then the guys that are really experienced and like top level mega mechanic, I don't know, mate, I don't even know if this is true. Maybe 70 grand or something. I don't know, but there's like that's it.
Yeah,
but how could they not get like a bonus? Could they not get like a cut? Like, is there no way that they could be part of the garage's success? Like, I often think like that. It's like, I bought some veterinary surgeries last couple of years.
What?
So, veterinarian.
What
do you call them?
Veterinary, but it's fine.
Veterinary.
We just pronounce.
We just call them vets, right?
Yeah.
But it's like,
so you bought some vet locations?
Yeah, I bought some vets, like a vet business. My friend Sharon's a vet. We bought
how many locations?
We've got 3 and we're in the middle of buying another one.
Wow.
But then I just went in and I was like, right, so, like if the practice does well and you guys take care of the animals and we get a good name and the practice is doing well, you get a cut.
Yeah.
And one of the best guys who's like an absolute master, he's a specialist in certain types of operations, and he can deal with like teeth and all different stuff.
Yeah,
I said to him, right, you get 20%. You get 20% of the profit of the company. But the thing is all the points that they put in and how they treat the customer, how they treat the pets. The word of mouth. Like going that extra mile. Putting in the extra time, covering when somebody's off, and really holding the fort, rather than me just saying, yeah, well, that's your job and you're on whatever. I say, right, well, you get a cut. And if the place does well, they do well, everyone does well. And I think that's a really good way to have it. So it's like my staff and all the other businesses are all on bonus. Like, and they can double their wages on their bonus generally. Yeah. And it's like, and then it gives them the chance to do it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
Fine. But if they do, they do.
Yeah.
And then there's lots of guys that progress. So it's like I try and create an environment that isn't like where I used to work, where there was no room for progression, there was no inspiration. It was all sort of manipulation or like, where are you going? The toilet. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Right, on you go.
Yeah.
After they've checked the watch, you sit in the toilet, not even needing the toilet, just going, oh, I hate this.
Just to get away.
Yeah. It's like hellish. Like, and I don't ever want the place where I'm running to be like that for people. I want them to enjoy it and to go for it. And if they hit the target and they get the money and they're being part of something that's grown and they get to learn new skills and how to manage people and, learn how about marketing or learn about sales or learn about finance. And like, I have the guys from all the different departments sit in the finance department. We go over like profit and loss and all these boring things, but they actually start to learn what it is and how the company operates, and they start to see all these different sectors, and I put my sales managers in marketing and my marketing guys in sales and move them around, and they all get to see different departments and start to learn how a company operates, sort of thing. So I don't even know how we got into that, but just blah blah blah.
No, I love that. What random sorry, I got something in my eye over here.
It's fine, okay.
What
Oi. What?
No.
What?
What's your craziest business idea? I feel like you're the type of guy who would have some, you wouldn't necessarily talk to people about them all the time, but I feel like you're the type of guy who would have some whack business ideas. Whack in a good way.
What? I mean, I'm working on an AI business just now with a friend of mine, and that's pretty ridiculous. Like the stuff that we have a really talented programmer and the stuff that he's producing with the voice cloning and stuff like that is just, it's amazing but scary at the same time. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know. That probably doesn't answer your question on like. I've lots of sometimes I get upset. I see sports people with no money when they retire. Like a couple of years later, they've got no money, and I often think like they haven't been managed right or educated in finance, because a lot of these kids that will do like football or like we say soccer, or you have like American football.
We say
or
soccer, you say football.
Yeah, sorry, we say football, you say soccer, but like even people getting into baseball, American football, like they'll maybe come from like a middle class background or a lower class background or whatever, and then they're suddenly given millions and millions and millions of pounds or dollars, and they don't know how to manage that or deal with it, and then you see them when they retire, like with no money, having all this money passed through their hands. That bothers me a bit. That's like the big sort of organisations that own the football companies now, they seem to be pretty savvy and they know what they're doing. But it's like, who's actually looking after these footballers and educating them?
And it would be better for the clubs if they looked after them.
It would be better for
like,
everyone.
Like it's good for the, if I say the New England Patriots, you know, the American football team, it's good for them that Tom Brady's doing well. You know, because he brings more attention to that franchise, and for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers too, where he retired. What? Oh shit! I was going to go somewhere with that.
American football money.
No, it was
education.
So one thing, whenever, in terms of like educating your staff, one thing that I've started doing in like the past couple months is, because I've had a lot of staff members who go, their income goes, and then they wind up like having some situation in life, or they get distracted by something, their income goes down, and they're like, shit, I can't pay my bills. And then they like quit because they can't pay their bills, which, as if that would solve you not being able to pay your bills. Right?
Or
then
ask,
you go back
ask
down.
for a raise.
Yeah, or ask for a raise.
Need to solve the problem.
Right,
I've
exactly.
had that,
So what I started doing is so every 2 weeks before the payroll goes out, I review it. And whenever I notice somebody's a big bonus check, I go to their desk and I tell them, hey, listen, you have a really good check coming this week. First off, well done. You earned it. Second thing, I don't want to see you buying a new car. I don't want to see you getting to a new apartment. Don't spend a fucking penny on anything other than your normal bills. Pay your rent 3 months out. Like, I don't care what it is, but don't buy anything new.
Yeah.
And I tell them that, and I've had several people who did get that and have actually done that. And wouldn't you know, their stats continue going up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You just reminded me of something. I was going to, well, this is a one tip. If like for a worker, a staff member, this is like one tip. If you're looking for a raise, never go to a boss and say, I need a raise. I've got financial troubles, or I've got too many bills. Never do that. The best way to preempt or to get more money is say, if I can achieve this in the next 2 months, the next 3 months, can I get that? And then go and do it. That's like the prime thing.
Dude, I've never had anyone ask me that. Ever.
Yeah.
It
you
sucks.
know what?
I wish.
I bet you one thing you've had is they go like that. Look, it went high like this. Can I have a raise?
Yeah,
you've had that, and it's after the fact.
It's too late.
If you're, and it puts a bit of a situation there. But if you're a staff,
it's almost like implied, like I won't continue producing if you don't pay me more. It's like, bro, come on.
That you get that vibe.
Yeah,
and it's like if you say no, I did that for you. Look,
Yeah.
come to me, say, look, where are you going to take this? What are you going to do this month? What are you going to do this year? You know, like if they come to you and say, look, this year, if I get that, if I go from here to there, can I get that?
Yeah.
You say, boom. And you know what's good about that is they feel good and you feel good.
Yeah.
What happens is if it goes like that, and then after they say, can I have some money? And you give them the money, the extra money, they feel good, but you don't feel so good.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's like trying to say, like, it's kind of like if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to fucking go there.
Damn it.
That's such a good.
We almost had
had such a good one. But it's like you don't say, look, things have been good. Like you say, I'm going to make things good. Things are going to be good. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. But you're exactly, Brad. Get those pictures out of your mind.
Yeah.
But our man from Dade doesn't even know what we're saying. He's just sitting looking at the lights. But
he's trained to not react. to anything to say.
That's fucking impressive. If
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Thank you for pointing that out.
He has to sit through all of the shit.
So you want a raise? Propose something before the fact. Don't come and ask for it after the fact.
That's right.
That's crap. And then the worst thing, if you want a raise or you want some sort of progression, don't come at the boss and say, please can I have more money? I'm financially fucked. Or like, please can I have more money? I've got loads of bills and I'm under a huge amount of stress. Like, what does that give the owner of the business? What does that give the boss?
Yeah.
Like, you give them the money. Oh, thank you. It's like, like, you know, and it's like, it kind of like is a little bit like, please can I have more money because I've got so much stress. Like,
he's got a gun.
And you go, no.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I need to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or, you know, oh, look, we did that much sales this week. Can I have a raise?
Yeah.
Well, no. Oh, well, I'll not be happy then. I'll
Yeah.
let you go.
Yeah.
It's just, so if you're an employee, go and propose something. Yeah. And if you propose something, put forward something, the guy goes, no, I don't do that. I don't do these. Don't do it. Okay, good. Then you could probably go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You look for a place that would play that game.
Assuming it's a real proposal.
In terms of,
hey, if I sell $2,000 instead of $1,000, will you give me an extra $100,000? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's got to be one reason. You got to propose something. Yeah. But that would be a dream. And like you say, you probably employ hundreds of people. You've probably never had that.
Never once.
I have only had it once or twice, probably in 15 years.
Yeah.
But that is the best way. Because then they win, you win, everyone's happy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
From the people who proposed it, did they wind up hitting the targets?
One's in the process of, but it's kind of been cultivated for them to ask that. It's not, they didn't do that before. You know, it's through education and saying, listen, you know, because it's a two-way thing. You know, it's a two-way thing. And oh man, I've seen so many guys over the years just leave places. Here's another one. If you're ever employing people, I you know, how did it go with that last company? You asked the guy, you know, well, you know, there was this guy, I remember this guy just sprung to mind. He was like selling these beds, right? Yeah. But the beds they moved, they were like electric. They did all this stuff. And it was like, and in the UK, that's quite rare.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's coming more, but I see this in the US. Everyone's got these beds that do everything. You know what I mean? TVs come out and they move up and down. And friggin', you know what I mean? Spin around. But in the UK, it's that generally you just have a mattress or, you know, a bed. But this guy,
my brother-in-law was a bed salesman for 2 years.
He was?
Yeah.
Well, this guy was selling beds. Yeah. Right. And they were like, at the time, it was like, I remember it was like $6-7 grand for these sort of beds. And he was selling. He's like, mate, I'm selling all these beds, right? I'm getting that, you know. Meanwhile, these beds are selling for 6,000 or 7,000 quid, and I'm doing everything. And just one day I had enough. I was like, that's it, no. And I walked off, and I'm like, we'd employed this guy, and I'm sitting looking at him, going, oh no. And I just thought to myself,
he's gonna say the same thing.
9 months. It's going to be yeah, they're making all that money. I did that and I never get nothing. And that's that guy's, that's his thought process. It's just like, yeah, they don't equate to like what they're doing. Yeah. Like they don't realize how much manufacturing went into these beds, how much marketing went into the beds, the shipping of the beds, the design, the construction,
you know, the years of the company eating shit in order to get to the level, the lawsuits, all the BS that got them to the point to where they could sell a bed for $6,000.
Yeah, but I'm selling it and I'm not getting nothing. Like,
without me, they ain't got nothing.
My own father did that with my brother-in-law.
Yeah,
I put my brother-in-law in business.
Yeah,
and I think I was taking like 60% or something, right? And he's getting 40%. Or it was something like that. And then one day I hear he doesn't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, what's going on? And it was like, I'm doing all the work and I'm doing all this. And your dad said, you should speak to me. I said, what, my dad said? Yeah. I phoned my dad. Dad, what happened? He said, son, he's out there. He's doing all the work. He's having to drive. It's raining. It's cold. He's out doing all the work. And then you just go, right, give me 60 and he takes 40. It's no fair. It's no fair, really. And I said, Dad, who do you think sells the work?
Yeah.
Well, I said, well, like, how do you think that work exists? Like, how do you think we got the work? Like, who, do you know, like, the promotion, the websites, the leaflets, who does that? Who sells the work? Oh, who route plans all the jobs and works out all the work, and who calls all the customers to line up all the job? Who does that? Oh, do you know that like 20% of that straight off the top is for VAT, which is the tax, right? And then when I got it all down, I said, Dad, I get about 8%.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, I never thought like that. I was like, right, can you phone them and go over it? Right, okay, I will. And he did, but the damage was done, and he was making way more money with me than we was doing before. But there's this viewpoint that I'm getting all the money. But these people, they don't have a company, they don't have a business, they don't understand. So often you kind of, but the point being is you got to watch for the people talking like that, and it's an indicator, and they're going to be like that. You're like, right. Bye-bye. So you go to them when you're interviewing them, how was the last place? How was the last place? And you're listening out for, and then you go, right, that, just so you know. And I interviewed a guy, a nice guy, and he still works for me. He's worked for me for quite a few years. And I just said to him, I said, listen, if you ever leave here and you're like, they, right? I said, right now, just now, I'm a good guy and you're a good guy and we like each other. And he's like, yeah. And I said, you like all the people here and you like working here? He's like, yeah. And I goes, right, if you ever leave in the future and you're like, yeah, they. I said, do you know what? That will be because of what you've done. That's not okay. It's not because of what me or anyone else has done. And I said, just watch out for you beginning to think like that and come and see me and we talk it out. But watch out for it. If you start to think I'm a bad guy, come and see me. Because there's something you've done. He's like, right. And we've held it in. We've held it in. I'm like, it'll be on you. And he's like, right. Because just now we like each other. It's like when they're married, you know, the couple meet and they're in love. And then a few years later, and it's like at one point they loved each other so much and they want to get married. Now they're killing each other. It's just because what they've done to each other.
That's right.
And it's the exact same in business. You were going to say something. Is
So
it gone?
true.
Is it gone?
No, it's still there. Yeah, about the the guys who are like, can you do the accent where it's like he's doing this and I'm only making this.
No. I'm selling them. Like every day, I come in at the weekend, I'm selling.
Is this guy?
And they're making all the money and I'm getting
Tottenham?
nothing. I don't know.
That sounds like it. So, I've experienced that with guys who are, and honestly, people who I thought were very, you have like some employees where you're like, oh, that guy gets it. You're like, that guy fucking gets it. You're like, I can build a fucking company around this guy. And it's not like on his back, it's around him. Like, you notice, like, you probably think that way. You're like, I can build this guy up. Like, I can build a whole freaking thing under him. He can run this whole thing. He's like, oh my God, think he's going to have he'll make so much money. I've had people who are like that where I really believed in them. And then they got into the mindset of like, oh, he's making all that and I'm only making all this. How's the accent? Is it good?
It was all right to start with.
And it's funny that, because I don't know if you've run into this, but it's just an interesting experience that I've had. I've had that happen with people who making like $300,000-$400,000 a year as an employee.
Yeah.
Being like, he's making all that and all. The accent makes
like, but you were making 80. It's like, yeah, but you, it's my company.
Yeah, it's like you, bro. If you leave, you will not make this again for another 5 years. It's going to take you 5 years to get to this, and you got to here in 2 years here, and they're like, this doesn't align with my purposes. Goodbye.
No, I think it's funny because it was,
it's like you're doing so well.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I know. No, it is. People don't understand what it is to be self-employed and have your own business. I mean, even when we started the vets, when we started our first veterinary place we bought, and Sharon was a vet, my partner, and I've had business before, and we started, and it was like, well, I was like, oh yeah, how did the people pay? I was like, oh yeah, the card machines and oh, that's easy. And then it's like, oh, the telephones, and right, okay, the telephone has to line up with the website, and the website has to connect through to the telephone, and and then legally we need to do that, and you can't take the card over the phone because you need to cut it the thing, right? Okay, and then you've got people coming in with animals that need sorted, and we can't take payment, and then it's like, and then
a horse walks through the front door because it's a veterinary place.
All the stuff, and I was like, how the electricity?
Then a zebra shows up.
Who paid the bill? And you need to employ people, and then the people you employ don't turn up, and you got to pay the bills, and then you don't make enough money, and then it's like, but the stuff that Shannon and I went through just starting the vet place was it was a reminder to me. I was like, wow, I haven't started a business from scratch in quite a few years.
Yeah.
It was a reminder to me. I was like, wow. And then I thought to myself, imagine this was your like only gig. Like I had money there like to fall back on, but it's like you can see how it's so stressful and why people want to be an employee. But sometimes these guys are like, you like, okay, let them go. Okay, go see for yourself, And it's like, and then they'll look back in that place and they'll be like, yeah, I used to make money, but I tell you what, they never. Okay, fine, whatever,
Yeah.
But I've had people leave for more money and come back.
Yeah.
And a lot of my staff are young.
Yeah.
So they've not been travelled and experienced all the different places. So it's like, I go, okay, like, I'm going up to London to do recruitment or whatever. And it's like, all right, okay, it's better money and career and that. And I go, okay, fine, yeah. And then you find that you hear they've left or they come back or, or they're different. Because it's like,
I've only had one person leave legitimately for more money where it was like, damn, I actually am not mad that you're leaving because you're good. Like he was like doing like 2.5x what we were paying him is what he was going to get paid. And he legitimately, no way. This is when we were real small.
Yeah.
And that guy actually stayed in touch with him and it was pretty amicable. He actually now works for me again. We brought him back. Yeah. Cause the place he went to, he made good money, but it kind of chewed him up. Like he'd be working till 11 PM many nights.
Yeah.
This was a company that was about to go public.
Yeah.
A home builder, and they just freaking chewed their staff up in terms of workload.
Wow! So the building companies go public in the US.
Yeah,
they do.
Home builders. Yeah,
home builders.
Yeah.
They're doing big projects like hundreds of houses or something like that.
Developments. Right, okay. They'll buy several thousand acres and then they'll cut it up and then develop this one and develop that one and
sell it off and all that.
Yeah,
and then they float in the stock exchange.
They're on the stock exchange. Wow. Yeah, little, usually small stuff, but there's some big ones. There's some like multi-billion-dollar home builders in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big business, dude. The Americans, we love our houses. You know what the American dream is?
Houses? No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a house with a white picket fence, golden retriever, and 2 kids, and a blonde wife. My wife's not blonde.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that sounds good. Right, Ricky. Right? Is that the American dream or not? That's the American dream I've always been
I'm sold.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. That's you, dude. Americans do love their houses. Like,
no, it's the same in the UK. Everyone loves their houses when they go on the property market and make their houses and sit and talk about it. Oh, the barbecue and the bath and the kitchenware and and what color did you go for? I'm building a house just now.
Yeah,
and it's a whole like
we were talking about. I can't believe how cheap it is for what you're doing with all that, dude.
Compared to America, but
the steel alone that I saw go into that house. You don't know the square footage, but my guess based on all the Instagram, because I've seen every freaking Instagram post of that house. I always watch it.
Yeah.
You probably added around 3,000 square feet. I'd have to guess based on what I see.
Yeah.
Just the steel here would be like 100 to 150K.
I don't understand how it could be that so expensive.
Yeah.
Why?
Just the steel.
Well, I think we should start a steel business then.
Yeah. Dude, there's
cheap.
a lot of freaking businesses we need to start.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, probably spent 10 grand in the steel or something like that. But anyway,
it's what it comes down to around here is there's a real shortage, like not shortage, but there's so much demand for labor in the construction field. And there's so little of it.
Yeah.
The supply and demand is all out of whack.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I think everyone's the general consensus is if you're in the trades and with how things are going, that'll be safe. And I do think a lot of people in England, when I see like electricians, plumbers, builders, joiners, carpenters, tilers, these guys.
What's a joiner?
A carpenter.
Oh, okay.
I changed it with chat. Right?
No, it's fine.
But like
I love that, a joiner.
Electrician.
Yep.
Well, you can call a carpenter, a joiner. Joiner, you say in Scotland. Chippy.
I was just gonna say chippy.
Chippy in English. So somebody that works with like wood builds, and then like general builders, plumbers, electricians. These guys are these are like the millionaires.
Yeah.
These are the millionaire guys. These guys will all get nice big houses.
Yeah.
Couple of vans, do the jobs, make good money, and a lot of their kids go in good schools, and these guys now are doing well. And like I said, like a tiler used to be a 120 a day when I was growing up.
Yeah.
That's how much I would pay for a tiler. And I mean, now probably, I don't know, 500-600 quid. Easy. Maybe even up to $1,000, like depending on how long you
for
work
a good tiler. Yeah.
But like that's what you're paying, you know, but it's like, but I mean, the last house I did, that was when the first time I was exposed to it. It was like, I was speaking to the tiler and he was telling me he's trying to get a mortgage because he's buying this like £1 million house. This is like 3 years ago or something. And I'm like, a tiler for me used to be a guy who would maybe earn 20, 30 grand, something like that would be a tiler in Scotland. And now the guys are looking to get £1 million property and they're tilers. Yeah. But I think these sort of industries are relatively safe from like AI, you know, but you've got like insurance centers, that's going to be all AI.
Yeah.
Sales centers, that's all going to be AI. Yeah. Law, that's all going to be AI. Marketing.
Oh, dude, law already. Yeah.
There's so many.
Marketing too.
Even just the other night, I was researching my family tree, and you've got all these websites that do your family tree. Now, I just asked the Grok.
Wow. Who am I related to?
Yeah, put in my family
Here's my
details,
last name.
my grandpa, and then I start getting details, and I'm like, shit. I asked them to do like ads for my business, like they do ads, like I'm asking them to do like PowerPoint. Yeah, that's going to be a thing of the past because you just go into Grok, you say, do me a little video of cartoon figures. One guy says to the other cartoon figure, you just say it like that. Yeah. Into it, and then you get a card.
There it is.
No, okay, no, change him, make him look a bit worried. Right, okay, there's my slide number 2. Give me a graph that's moving steeply up over 2012, 2013, 2014, from 400,000 to 500,000. You describe it. Give me a video. Boom, there's your video. That's your next PowerPoint. You know, so it's like there's a lot like Word, PowerPoint. Yeah. All these things are all
your ability to get your intention into things rapidly with nothing in the middle is going up. Yeah, is what I hear you describing.
There's so many. There's so much. God, man. There's just it's real changing times, you know. Yeah. But like I said, I think the trades, the building side of things, where it needs an eye, it needs a skill. Yeah, you're coming up with so many different variabilities. Like in your trade, you're changing homes and stuff like that. The amount of thought and variabilities, you're never going to, I mean, maybe one day, who knows?
One day it will be,
It's not anytime soon, you know? Yeah. It's a safe bet.
30 years would be really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah.
And gutter cleaning. No robots for gutter cleaning anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen drones.
Yeah?
And different. It's a bit of a mess.
They do it
now.
well?
Nah, no.
But how do you get the thing is with gutter cleaning? I mentioned you have to have the leverage. The leverage is, you know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, it's like it goes into leans into your plumbing and all that sort of thing again. But you're going up ladders, dealing with different situations, different. You know what I mean? It's like I think maybe. I don't know, maybe 10 years there might be something, but just now, like these sort of home improvement things, I think are pretty safe.
Yeah.
But like cooking, chefs, like if you look at like McDonald's or, Wagamama, any of these places, but like it's like.
What did you say?
Wagamama.
Wagamama?
You do Wagamama?
What is that now?
No. Oh, wow. Wagamama, it's like a fast food place in the UK, but it does like, it's like, Asian, like ramen and all this sort of stuff. But it's like a lot of these places, the meals are prefabricated and to make them, it's the same stuff you get. They bring in the noodles and they bring in the chicken and and then you can see a lot of these fast food places, chefs and stuff. You could even see like these robots that we've got now in the home doing cooking, doing cleaning. Like, so there's a lot of industries. It's like, God, this is going to change. But I think the trades people, hey, the trades, unite the trades. You'll be safe for a while. Hopefully,
We'll just be the last ones.
Exactly. Oh shit.
Oh my God. All right, bro. Good. I think you have shit to do. I have shit to do. Closing remarks. Young business person watching this. Last bit of advice. You give them closing words.
Young business person watching this,
or young aspiring business person.
Yeah, be around good people. Ask lots of questions.
What define good people?
Well, look, this would be a variable, right? Because who knows what a person sees as good. How I like it is, I like family. Like I like a husband, wife, kids. I like people that take care of their community and help others, right? So I'm looking for if I'm a young guy, I'm looking for a guy that's been married for a long time, that still loves his wife, doesn't hate her, that has children that are doing well, and that the children love their mother and father. I'm looking for that primarily, and then the guy's successful in business, and then I'm going, okay, I like what this guy's happening in his environment. I want to try and help. Can I do your garden? Can I wash your car? Can I be around you? Can I be of a service to you? And I've had a few kids like that, and now they're doing really well. But it's like if somebody can help and understand how you think and work. I had this kid that would help me do like my garden, help me tidy up around the house, and I liked how he worked. He was systematic. He was hardworking. He turned up on time. I was like, this guy's got loads of potential. Yeah. Because he has that within him. There's another boy I'm thinking about as well. And it's like, so if you're a young guy, try and be of service, but don't come in thinking you know it all, or you've got ideas, or you're going to do a joint venture, or try and get involved in around the people that you want to be like. Get involved with them and try and be of service to them. And then you'll go from there. That would be my advice.
Beautiful. Love it. And I second that advice, Mr. MacLeod. Thank you, sir.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Why is it called critical path?
Oh, it's a construction thing.
Oh, is
it? So it's like in construction, critical path is like, you ever see a Gantt chart?
No.
You ever see that? It's like a construction schedule where it's got like the bars and it like cascades down.
Got it.
The path, there's certain things that have to happen before other things can happen.
Got it.
Like you can't put in your concrete until the pipes are underneath the concrete.
Right. Okay.
That's the series of steps is called the critical path.
That's what it is. See, I never knew that.
Business also has a critical path.
Wow. It'd be good if I'd known that prior to building a house.
Yeah. It's okay. That's why you got a builder.
Yes.
Bro, it's been a blast. You're awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Cheers.